Good morning, everyone. I'm Chiranjeevi. I'll be moderating the session today. Hope you and your family are safe in this pandemic situation. There are people coming in. Good morning, Simran Gill. Akhil Khanna, I see you. Balwinder Kaur, Dharma Rao, Gurpreet Kaur. We'll wait for a few more minutes and so that other people can join for this session. And today's session is led by our master trainer Sandeep. I request you to drop questions if you are having any doubts in this particular module or generally on PTE Academic. We will answer in Q&A part. I can see more people joining now. It's 11:29, 11:30 sharp. We will start the session. All the participants have been muted. So any doubts or questions, please drop in your questions in the question box. Yep, it's 11:30. We'll start the session. Once again, good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to this session. Hope you're all doing good. And as I told you, myself, Chiranjeevi, I'll be moderating this session. And we have Sandeep, who is a senior trainer from Hyderabad, okay, and who worked as a corporate manager as well and trained almost 5,000 students. And he'll be taking the session. And for all the unanswered questions, we will be sending a separate emails with the, all the questions will be answered via email. And we'll also send certain links on the resources of the PTE Academic so that, the new people or the new students can know the details of the PTE Academic and how to prepare them. And we have an excellent mock website called ptepractice.com. So it can be checked in our official website as well, pearsonpte.com. We have a range of practice tests available there. It's called Scored Practice Test. You can go to the website and you can check it. And I want to give a small introduction on Sandeep. He has spent good number of years on PTE Academic and is excellent trainer. So I hope he will clear all the doubts, okay, on this particular reading section and as well as in general on the PTE Academic. Sandeep, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Chiranjeevi, for the introduction. I hope everybody is doing great. I'm Sandeep Eleshwaram. I'm going to take this reading session. The duration of the session is about 1 hour. So the plan is, this is 1 hour session. In this 1 hour, 45 to 50 minutes time, I want to invest in explaining you the question types and tricks, a little bit of practice also. And the rest 10 to 15 minutes of time, I want to kind of do the Q&A, question and answers from your side. So this is the plan for this 1 hour webinar on PTE Academic reading module. So reading fact to start with, majority of the test takers struggle to get better reading scores in the language proficiency tests. So the new test takers who are trying to take PTE Academic, planning to take PTE Academic may not know this, but the repeat test takers who have taken the test once or twice or who know some people who have taken the test multiple times would know this fact. The reason for this is, now today's world, we have a lot of audio and visual inputs coming. So if you want to learn something, instead of earlier we used to go to a library and pick up some book and we used to learn that skill or get to have some knowledge from the books. But nowadays it's all AV, audio visual information, which is dominating the reading activity basically. So If you want to clear the language proficiency tests, you have to get into a habit of reading. Start with, maybe every day reading 5 pages. Okay, increase the count every day. Like, I have decided to, for example, I'm a test taker. I decided to improve my reading skills. I'm not a good reader. I'm not a voracious reader before, but I need to do that now because I have to clear the exam. So start with 5 pages a day, maybe 2-3 pages a day. Try to increase it day by day, so that in a span of 15-20 days time, 1 month's time, you are going to be a little comfortable with reading. And so this is the way to start the reading habit. So otherwise, coming to the test structure of PT Academic, I think yesterday, day before yesterday, Lavanya and John have taken the sessions on speaking and writing. I think you guys enjoyed those sessions. Today's session is going to be, once again, I'm telling, it's on reading. So this is the second part of the exam, which is the duration of the exam is, the reading module is 32 to 41 minutes time. So 32 minutes is minimum time that you're going to spend in the reading module. 41 minutes is maximum amount of time that you're going to spend in the reading module. So this is part 2. Part 1 is speaking and writing, and part 2 is what? Reading. So 32 to 41 minutes is the duration. So these are the question types that we have in the PT Academic Reading module. Multiple choice, choose single answer is one type of question, one type of task, or one style of question. There will be minimum 2 questions coming from this, maximum 3. The score is given based on what? Whether if your answer is correct for this question. If it's 1 mark, it's 1 mark. If it's wrong, it's 0. That's it. 1 or none type. The remaining all types of questions will give you, if not 100% score, some score will come. That's called partial credit. I'll explain you the partial credit or partial score in the upcoming slides. Multiple choice, choose multiple answer. This is one of the question types. There will be minimum 2 questions, maximum 3 questions. Reorder paragraph, again same quantity, 2 or 3 questions, partial credit. Reading, fill in the blanks. Minimum 4 questions, maximum 4 questions you would see in the exam. Again, it has partial credit. Reading and writing, fill in the blanks. Minimum 5 questions are given in the exam. Maximum 6 questions will be given in the exam from this. So you can see the question types, name, and the number of questions given in the exam, and the type of score, partial or correct or incorrect, and the duration. All right. So I would like to notify you. I would like to tell you one thing. So this one, what is it? Reading and writing, fill in the blanks. As it, you can see in the name. So this is only the integrated question type, IQ, in the PT Academic Reading module. So integrated question type is a question type which gives you score in more than one module. To tell you, to define it in a simple terms. So this question is the only question which gives you score in reading and writing module. Remaining all question types 1, 2, 3, 4. So these don't get you any score in the other modules except in reading module. So only one integrated question type that you have in the reading module, that is called reading and writing, fill in the blanks. All right, this is going to influence both your reading score and also your writing score. Let's move to the next slide. So for the new test takers who are taking the test for the first time, I would like to show you the user interface or the test interface. What will be there on the screen when you're taking the reading module, when you're doing the reading module. So number 1, you can see the timer, upside, you can see top right hand side, you can see the timer here. So it's stating what? 38 minutes 59 seconds. It's a CD timer, which is countdown timer. Okay, it keeps on ticking. All right, so what we discussed, the duration of the reading module is what? 32 to 41 minutes time. If you can see, it is in between that range. 38 is what? In between 32 and 41, right? So it can start anywhere in between these 2 figures, these 2 numbers. All right, so this is timer, and we just keep on reducing, all right, as you progress to the test. And number 2, instruction. Instruction is something which tells you how to deal with the question, what exactly to be done on that particular question. That's instruction which you see for every question in the reading module. And the third and most important thing that you should know, another thing, is what? Next button, which is there in the bottom right hand side. Okay, So when you want to go to the next question, for example, I answered this question, I clicked it. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'm done and dusted with the answering. If I want to go to next question, I should click the next button. Automatically, you don't go to next question because in PTE Academic, there is no individual time for each question. So you have to finish around 14 to 17 questions in 32 to 41 minutes of time. How many? 14 to 17 questions will be given to you in the exam collectively overall, and you have 32 minutes to 41 minutes time. You are the manager of the time if you're managing it well, or you can be a damager if you are overspending time on certain questions. That can be done. All right, so the next button I'll explain you. I'll come back to this next button. I'll explain you. This is useful, in two ways. Number one, it will take you to the next question, right? Number one. Number two, it will submit your answer to the computer. Okay. So I impulsively click this choice, but ideally, let's take an example. This is the right answer. These are all wrong answers. Okay. Impulsively, I clicked the third option. Okay, and I click next. I cannot change it now because the next button is submit button in PTE Academic, not only in the reading module, but also in the all other modules. Okay, so before you click the next button, you should make sure that you are absolutely convinced with your answer choice. All right. Because I get to hear from the test takers, Sandeep, I sat in the exam, I sat for the reading module, I went in a super ultra speed, okay, what do you call lightning speed. I finished my reading. Okay, I think I should get a better score. When I finished my reading module, I still had 15 minutes time, 20 minutes time. See, if you are done with your all the questions in the reading module, if you still have some time left for the last question, which means there can be two reasons for that. Reason number one, you are an impeccable reader. You are a what you call a super reader, okay, a scanner kind of reader. Number two is that you were anxious. There can only be two reasons. So we should go with a balanced approach as far as spending time on each question. All right. So I just wanted to get to, I just wanted to know, so far, is it clear? Can we please type in the message box, CLR in the message box? Will you be kind enough to type CLR in the message box if you are with me? Abhinav,
yes, most of
Aditya, yeah, all these guys, yeah. Nazar, Aditya Chaudhary, yeah. All are there, Chiranjeevi, everybody is active? Chiranjeevi,
yes,
are we getting
Sandeep,
responses?
most of them are.
Great.
Yes, most of them are
Great,
active,
great.
and
Thanks for the response, guys. Thank you. Have been wonderful learners. So with this introduction finishing, we are going to have the next question. The first question of reading module I'm going to discuss is this. Okay, now let's work on the questions. Okay, let's understand the questions, get some tips, and do some practice on each question type. We are beginning it with fill in the blanks, reading and writing, and this is the question which fetches the test taker great amount of score. All right, because number one, it comes in good quantity. Five, six questions will come in the exam. All right. Number two, it is integrated. It is giving you score in reading and also in writing. Therefore, I'm starting with this. The important question, the more weightage the question has, the more important to us. Therefore, I'm starting with this. But in the exam, there is no guarantee on the sequence. Your exam question sequence can be this. It can be this also, or it can be anything in between. You cannot really expect, I'm sitting for the reading exam, my first question has to be multiple choice single answer. There's no such rule in reading module. Other modules, speaking, writing, listening, the questions come in the predefined sequence, but in the reading, there's no predefined sequence. Any question can come in the any order. All right, but they come in batches. When you get to see, say for example, multiple choice single answer as first question. When you started the exam, the reading module welcomed you with multiple choice single answer. So until you finish 2 or 3 questions of reading, this multiple choice single answer question, you will not be given other types of questions. All right. So they don't come in sequence, but they come in batches. Okay, one batch is over, then the next batch comes. That's how it is. So reading and writing, fill in the blanks. Are we all ready to learn about this question? So please type in the message box, bring it on, BIO. please be kind enough to type BIO in the message box. Bring it on.
Yes,
All right.
everyone is typing BIO. You can go ahead.
Wonderful. Okay. So guys, now you can see a visual of the question first before I explain you anything. So just see the visual of this question. I'm playing the visual here. You can see a paragraph, sorry, passage. Yes, can you see the passage? All right. The passage is there. In the passage, you have gaps. You can see. When you click at every blank at the drop down, you have 4 choices. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, click 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So in these 4 choices, one choice is correct. In these 4 words, one word is correct. What you have to do is grammatically, contextually, vocabulary wise, collocations wise, whatever the suitable choices there, you have to click that, you have to select it and put. So this is how you have to answer. Can you see? From the 4 choices, you have to pick up, you have to select one choice. This is how you answer. Until you click the next button, you can make any number of changes. Okay, so first I put some other option. Before you click the next button, you can do any number of amendments in your answers. Okay, but when you click the next button, you cannot do. All right. So this is the question. So you have to read this passage, fill the gaps with the suitable, relevant words. You have 4 choices at every blank. All right. So this is going to give you score in reading and writing, because you are a good reader is a good writer. There is a saying, okay, and a good writer can be a good reader. All right, vice versa. All right. So this question involves vocabulary expertise. You should have vocabulary knowledge. You should have grammatical sense. You should have lexical caliber. You should have the tone, sensitivity. A lot of things you should have, which are almost needed for a writer. So therefore, you are given score for both score in both reading and writing. So let's look at the tips for this question. Step 1, you have to skim this given passage. Okay, you have to skim the given passage. Why should we skim this? Should we skim this? So without understanding the overall context, you cannot really go and answer randomly. So therefore, skimming the given text will help you to get an overview, to get an overall understanding. Okay, what the hell this passage is all about, in a very naive way, in a very candid way I'm talking. So what this passage is all about. All right, so you must figure out. For figuring out, you have to do skimming, and most of you must be knowing what is skimming. Skimming is reading as quickly as possible, as much as possible, for getting an instant understanding in a candid way. Okay, that's what skimming is. Speed reading, quick reading is skimming, to get an overall idea. All right, so you're doing it first. And number 2, so now that you understood the overall concept or overall context, what is this passage is all about, the next thing is, at a micro level also, you should understand for each blank, what you should do is certain words you have to read on the left hand side, certain number of words, few words you should read on the right hand side. So therefore, my overall understanding is okay, that's fine, but that may not help me to pick up the most accurate answer. That gives me maybe 30-40% help. But for picking up the accurate answer, to get more score, what I should do is read few words on the left hand side and read few words on the right hand side. So therefore, you will know at this particular sentence, at sentence level, what exactly is needed. Is it verb missing there? Is it pronoun? Is it the adjective missing there? Is it adverb missing there? Okay, what exactly is missing there? All right. So if verb is missing, what kind of verb is missing? V1, V2, or V3? So these are the things. So simple strategy: skimming, and then reading left hand side probably one sentence, right hand side one sentence. Okay, then when you read it, you have to use all these things: your grammar sense, vocabulary collocation sense, and context sense, to select the right choice of word. Okay, that's what you have to do. So I'll talk about collocations in the next slides. Some of you must be wondering what is collocation. Okay, so I'll talk about it. So before we go to next question, we should do some practice for this question type. So guys, you can see this is a sample question. Okay, you have a passage here. You can see the blanks. Okay, let us implement the step 1. I want everybody to involve. All right. So please skim this text. Please skim this text. The desire to build big is nothing new. Big buildings have been used to show off power and wealth to honor religious leader. Leaders are religious beliefs. To you have to quickly skim this. Skim this. I'll give you around 30-35 seconds time to skim it. If you cannot skim completely, what you can do is maybe first few sentences you can read, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and last 2, 3 lines you can read. Okay, so take 30 seconds time and read. So when you're reading, look at the common words, the common nouns, keywords rather. Okay, so you take 30 seconds time, you skim. If it is completely skimmable is what it is, practically skimmable, the quantity of the words is practically skimmable, then you can read the complete stuff. Otherwise, what you can do is you can read first few lines and last few lines. That's okay. Okay, then after that is finished, as per our plan, what is it? Read before and after the blank, left hand side, right hand side. Okay, so as simple, blank among the owners, between the owners, what can be there between the owners? Okay, religious. Okay, simple. Antagonists, not suitable. Understandings between the owners, ideas between the owners, competition between the owners. What is the right answer, guys? What is your sense? Can some of you type in the message box? From the panel, can anybody be kind enough to read for me? What is the answer?
Yeah, some of them, they have typed understanding, and
okay, great.
Others have typed ideas.
Wow.
And
active participation,
again,
but the answers are not correct. I'll tell you what is it. Religious beliefs. You can see, guys, when you skimmed it, it is like show off. Okay, if there is ideas, there are ideas between people, understanding between people. There's no scope for show off. Are you getting it? So what's possible? Blank between the owners. So if they have to build big and big, there has to be competition between the owners. So this is from the context of the sentence you must understand. To stretch the limits of what's possible. When do you stretch the limits? When there is competition between the people. All right. Okay, so if somebody scored in an institute, where you go 80 marks, if somebody is scoring 90, so what is it? There is a competition between people. All right, so competition leads to what? So bigger things. All right, so why I'm selecting the competition is stretch the limits of what's possible. All right, this is the thing that is helping me. Between what? All these people are competing, therefore big structures are coming. That's it. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Some of the most blank buildings of the past include pyramids in Egypt, the skinny towers stretching towards the sky in Italian hill towns, and the Gothic cathedrals of France. Okay, what kind of buildings are they? The pyramids, some kind of sky towers, huge buildings, right? These are all huge buildings. Huge buildings. Any answers? Will you please type the answer if you know?
Yeah, most of them have replied as dramatic, and other participants.
The drastic is the nearest word for huge. All right, drastic is the nearest word for huge. Dramatic is something which is generally applied to if something happens over a period of time. Like there are dramatic changes from the last in the last 2 months, the way people live. All right, so because this happened, dramatic is a word which is used to explain certain events or collective, some change over a period of time. That's what dramatic is used for. Drastic is nearest word for what? Huge. Can somebody say pyramids are not huge? You cannot say that, right? So they are huge structures, so drastic is the right word. Let's go to the next one. They may, okay, so this one I want you guys to answer without any choice. They may, okay, may look different from each other. They all have one thing in. Please type the answer.
Yeah, most of them have replied common.
Wonderful. This is, guys, this is called collocation. One thing in common. This is common words combinations are called collocations. The word which come more often hand in hand are collocations. So two blank in the 19th century paved the way for a whole new type of building, the skyscraper. Two what? Two expansions, two progressions, two enlargements, two developments. Expansion, not in the tone, right? Expansion is some business expansion, something like that. Progression is different. Enlargements. So here developments is the right answer because it is leading to a all new type of building. So skyscraper. I'm not seeking your answers here, guys, because I think we have to finish the session in time. Okay, I just wanted to give you a quick idea. So the other one, you can see then, but these elevators were not blank safe for people. Guys, please answer this last one. But these elevators were not blank safe for people. This is a sentence starting at but and until people.
Yeah, I'm getting a word considered.
Wonderful. This is a brilliant answer because, guys, now measurably, only, perceptibly, these are all not verbs. So this sentence does not have a verb, right? So these are measurably is not a verb, perceptively is not a verb, it's an adverb. Measurably, adverb. Only is also an adverb. So therefore, consider is a verb. So this is the right answer. This is how you should do it. Let's go to these steps once again. What is it? Understand the meaning of the whole text by skimming. If you can skim completely. Otherwise, at least few lines in the top, few lines in the bottom. Number two, read before the blank, after the blank to understand the contextual, demand. Okay, you can use your grammar, vocabulary, collocations to pick up the right answers. Now, the most important thing which you all want, that is scoring. Every right choice, each blank, if it's correctly filled, if it's given a right choice, you get 1 mark. If it's wrong, you get 0. There is no negative marking because these days the test takers are obsessed with OPT has negative marking. PT has negative marking only for few questions. Okay, it's not that all the questions have. And in the reading module, only multiple choice, multiple answer has negative marking. Remaining do not have negative marking. So this does not have negative marking. For example, in a given question, so if you have about 5 blanks, so there can be in the exam 4 blanks, 5 blanks, there can be 6 blanks also. All right. So if this is answered correctly, this is answered correctly, these two are not answered correctly. So you should get 1, 2, 3 marks. This is called partial credit. So if not getting 100% marks, you can get so proportionately. All right. So if 5 of the 5 are correct, you are given 5 marks. All right, that's 100% credit. All right, partial credit is something you are getting score for your correct answers. All right. So let's move into. So any questions you have for this question type? I think we'll do Q&A at the end. If you have any questions, please save them for the Q&A. All right, next one. Reading, fill in the blanks. This question type, guys, we have spent a good amount of time, about 15-20 minutes time on this question because this is very, very important. I want to do a session which is useful for majority of the learners who are there. That's the agenda. Therefore, I'm going with the agenda. So the other question is reading, fill in the blanks. This is not reading and writing, fill in the blanks. This is only reading type, fill in the blanks. It gives you score in reading. That's it. So yeah, let's look at this one. What is it? So same thing. You have text, and in between the text you have blanks, but these blanks do not have any drop down button. There is no list coming here. The list is not getting revealed. Okay, this is number one difference. Number two difference, if you see the text size is what limited. The previous question text can go up to 300 words. This is typically in the range of 80 words to 90 words. That's it, nothing much. And thirdly, the choices are not here revealing, they are in the bottom. You can see in this blue strip, in the light, sky blue strip you can see on the screen, in which you have the choices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 choices. Now you have to drag and drop the choices. So let me play this for you. What you should do is you should drag and drop the right choices. So something like this. You have to drag and drop. You can always redo it. You can undo it by again bringing it back. You can see in the options. You can see in the video. You can do, you can undo, you can redo, you can do anything until you click the next button. All right. So guys, don't consider the previous button in the interface. Okay, fine. So this is it, and more or less same strategy we use, because by and large it is also a fill in the blanks question. All right. Step one, guys, you can happily, comfortably, effortlessly skim this entire text that is given to you. The text can be skimmed happily, comfortably. All right, because it's just 80 words most of the times. All right. And then once you skim the text, you have the overall idea, like previous question. You can now look at what the grammar cues. You can look at the subject verb agreements. You can look at the 2 plus V1 cues, all these things, and you can also look for the collocations. All right. So based on these factors like grammar cue, subject verb object agreement, 2 plus V1 clues, and then collocations, you can try to pick up the suitable choices for the blanks. That's what you do here. So without any delay, I'm going to the practice now. Okay, so I'm going to show you a practice question. That is, let's pick up one question. And so guys, I'll give you 15-20 seconds time, 15 seconds time to skim this. Please skim this. Although Botswana is rich in diamonds, it has high unemployment and state affairs of classes. In 1999, the nation, its first budget in 16 years, dash of a slump in the international diamond market. Botswana, please read this. 10 seconds over. 15 seconds over. So let's, after skimming this, what I understood, this is about a country, okay, and they had a budget deficit some time back, all right, but they are still good, still in a good shape. So this is my understanding. You need not have this much understanding of the paragraph, it's not necessary, but skimming will give you overall idea. So you know at least this is about a country, where they are doing good, where they're not doing, all these things. So let's go to the first blank. So go to first blank and read few words left hand side and few words right hand side. In 1999, the nation blank its first budget in 16 years. Can anybody guess, guys? In 1999, the nation blank its first budget deficit in 16 years. Any answers? The learners.
Yeah, I'm
About
seeing
200 plus
suffered,
learners.
Sandeep.
Sorry?
I'm seeing the word suffered.
Suffered. Okay. Anything else?
And next is because.
No, I think suffered is the right answer. Kudos to those who have answered it right. So I'll tell you guys this simple thing. And most of us know we have the grammar sense, right? Only thing is, it is we don't realize that. Okay, you can see why did you picked up suffered in 1999? The nation blank its first budget deficit in 16 years. So this particular sentence, this clause from into 16 years does not have a verb. There's no verb at all. Okay. So what should, the blank is attracting, it demands a verb, yes or no. Okay, this is verb. What kind of verb? It should be V1, it should be V2, it should be V3. Okay, so what is it? 1999, which is what? Past, right? It's not current or it's not future. So it's what? It's a past incident. Therefore, in the past incidents, in the past tense, you use what? V2. Okay, past tense. Suffered is a right answer. Okay, all right. So some of you must be thinking grammatically this is also correct. Okay, so the nation enjoyed its first budget deficit in 16 years. Enjoyed you cannot use in this context because it is talking about budget deficit, yes or no. So when you have budget deficit, only if you're a yogi or saint or sage you will enjoy it, otherwise you will suffer. Yeah, so that's it. 16 years blank of a slump in the international diamond market. Guys, can you tell me? So this is a complex and compound sentence starting here, ending here. One clause is over, the second clause, this and this one should be connected. What can be the connector in between these two clauses, guys? Can anybody guess? Are there any answers?
Most of them have replied because.
Wonderful. I think you have this and this clause both need a connector. That's because. Wonderful. Yet Botswana blank, one of the wealthiest and most stable countries on the African. First answer this one, guys. Please type the answer. African blank. African blank.
Yeah.
Any answers coming?
Yeah, the word is continent.
So
participants
guys,
have
now
replied
Africa is one
responded.
word, continent is another word. This is a collocation. All right, the combination of words is called collocation. Yeah. So yeah, Botswana, blank, one of the wealthiest and most stable countries on the African continent, blank. So in this, you can see in this sentence also there's no verb. Yeah. So it attracts a verb. It is still a what you call wealthiest and most stable country, right? It is current peace, and this is singular, Botswana. We should get some verb here, which is V plus S, because Botswana is singular. Botswana, V plus S. Enjoyed, ED form, no. Endures, they did not have too much pain. Only once they had deficit, therefore endures is not usable, useful word. Remains. Okay, so you must be thinking of while, but while is not a verb, guys. It attracts a verb. Perfect. So this is one more thing. So step one is that there are just 80 words, close to 80 words. You can happily, comfortably skim it. Number two, look at the cues when you go to the blank, when you're reading left hand side, right hand side, these things. Therefore, you can answer happily. So the more you practice, the more clues you will discover, guys. So it's fun to do the practice of these questions. Okay, it not only improves your reading, but in the byproduct of this practice is you will enhance your writing skills also. If somebody does a good amount of reading practice, it is not only useful for reading score, but it is also indirectly going to help to writing. That's the thing. All right, next one. So yes, guys, same thing like previous question. Right answer, 1 mark. If any blank is filled with right answer, 1 mark. Wrong answer, 0. Negative marking again doesn't apply. So the other question, reorder paragraphs, guys. This is the other question. Very interesting question. This is all about coherence. All right. So you can see there are two boxes, big boxes. One is source. The other one is source. The other one is what? Target. All right. So the source is having some sentences. You can see sentences. The cursor is going there. You can see each sentence in small boxes, and you can see the target is empty. Okay. What you have to do is these sentences that are there in the source, they are not rightly aligned. They are not coherent. Okay. They are not in the sequence. They are jumbled. What you have to do is using your reading intelligence, your vocabulary intelligence, everything. You have to put them into the right sequence. Okay, you have to rearrange them in the right sequence by dragging and dropping, or by clicking these buttons. Like you have right hand side one button, left hand side another button. You can shuffle any number of times. Up and down arrows you have. It's better you drag and drop. It is more comfortable. So the skill tested in this question type is only reading, guys. You don't get writing score here. Okay, so are any other scores? The prompt length. Prompt is, guys, the text size. So please understand what is prompt is nothing but the size of the text is prompt. That's it. Okay, so let's go to the tips and techniques. So before we go to the tips and techniques, guys, now why we call it reorder paragraph? I'll tell you. This is a paragraph in the jumbled order. Okay, this is paragraph in the jumbled order. This is not a coherent paragraph. So the paragraphs are generally consisting what? Few sentences, yes or no? The sentences of the paragraph are not in the right sequence. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put the sentences of a particular paragraph in the right sequence here. Therefore, which means you're going to make a paragraph out of it. So these are sentences. You are going to rearrange the sentences which are going to get you a meaningful, coherent paragraph. That's what you do in this question. So then the thing is, read the text boxes, which means the left hand side sentences I want you to skim. First thing, okay, you can invest about 15 to 25 seconds time, and you should skim the text boxes or the sentences. You should read the sentence. When you're reading the sentences, you will be in a position to understand what could be the first sentence. Using the grammar cues, something like when there is a pronoun. So instead of using name, if there is he, which means what? It's a pronoun, therefore it's a secondary. It's not the first sentence. It should be the continuation sentence. All right. References, all these things. So step one, you got to read the sentences quickly to understand the overall context. Number one. Number two, to get some clues, two things, overall context and clues you must understand by skimming. And when you get the first sentence in the order, so when you're picking up the first sentence, there are 5 sentences, you picked up the right introductory sentence, your job is done 50-60%. The remaining will be easier than comparatively easy. All right, so this is better understood when you do an exercise. I'm going to take you to the exercise. So guys, let's skim this text in 15, let's say 20 seconds time. So I'm counting the time. Please start the skimming. One was feast in Rome, another was bishop in Italy. One was, it looks like an introductory, doesn't look like an introductory sentence, which generally starts as a following statement, right? As an extension, as a different sentence. It doesn't generally start the statements. Yes, it cannot. Pope Galatius 1 recast this. This is, guys, now this is indicating something, yes or no? It is indicating something. So this is not a correct one. This is not the starting one. History of Valentine's Day is obscure. The history of Valentine's Day is obscure, clouded by various fanciful legends. The holidays roots. This can be the right answer because it looks like all of the sentences are about Valentine's Day, and this is introducing Valentine's Day well, without any pronouns and without any connectors. Right? And this one, the holidays roots. Which holidays roots? Maybe Valentine's Day, but it is not explicitly written here. So therefore, so one was priest. I'm sure you are done with skimming. One was priest in Rome, it says, okay, so not very clear. So the first one could be this, because it's an independent one. It is not depending on the other ones. Yeah, guys, fanciful legends. Okay, the next one. So the object of the first sentence that you're keeping can be subject of another one. All right, so this is one clue, and you can always match the first one with the other ones. Okay, so fanciful legends. What could be the next one? One was priest, it is not connected. Which Saint Valentine, this early pope? This early pope. There is no mentioning of pope in this, so therefore we are not picking up this one. Pope Galatius 1 recast this pagan festival. This festival, there should be a sentence which includes festival. Yes, something like this. Then you can pick up this one. Pope Galatius 1. You can see recast this festival. This festival. So festival has come here. This festival. And then, yeah, the next one. With Saint Valentine, this early pope intended to honor remains a mystery. This early pope, pope's name is not mentioned here. Where is it mentioned? It is mentioned because it is a next one. Yeah, and you can see the last one going here. There are at least three early Christian saints by that name. You can see 1, 2, 3, and this one was priest in Rome and all. So this is how you answer, guys. Now it's very difficult to explain all the strategies in a short session like this. My apologies if something is not very clear. Okay, so you can always shoot a mail and we will be able to, you can always write down there. And guys, the scoring formula for this is every pair will give you 1 mark. Okay, so each pair, this pair, these two are in sequence, right? This is called a pair, 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks. So, one pair, 1 mark, another pair, 1 more pair. 2 sequentially arranged sentences will give you 1 mark. So the simple score formula is this: x minus 1. You can think of it. What is it? X minus 1. X is nothing but number of sentences reordered, sequentially reordered in sequence. Okay, this D is wrong. So for example, in this one, you can see I reordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sentences are reordered, and they all are in the perfect sequence. Yes. So I get what? 5 minus 1, 4 marks I get. So this is how the scoring works, guys. You cannot demand score when your first sentence is right, last sentence is right. Our alternative sentences are correctly ordered. Only the score comes for the sequentially arranged sentences. All right, this is the reorder paragraphs question is all about. Okay, so let's go to next one. So the other question type that you have is multiple choice, multiple answers. So guys, this is nothing but in the schools and colleges you have identify the right statements, wrong statement, where you identify more than one choice, correct? So this is same thing, the name is changed, multiple choice, multiple answers, nothing much. Okay, so you can see a question here, you have the text here, you have the choices. Okay, these choices will have the radio buttons, not radio buttons, I'm sorry, check boxes. So which allow more than one click. All right, so you have a question, you have choices with the check boxes, and you have text also for reference. All right, so in these choices, more than one choice is correct. Generally, by default, two choices are correct in any question. Okay, that's the reason why it is called multiple choice, multiple answer question. At max, most of the cases, I'm not guaranteeing you here, but three choices are correct. Okay, so this is how it works. Each right choice will give you +1, each wrong choice will give you -1. And the prompt length can be up to 300 words. The prompt need not to have the images every time. So this question has it. So this you can see. So when you select, it will turn into yellow. All right. So you can one click for selection, one click for deselection. Do, undo. Do with one click, undo with another click. That's it. So let's look at this one. And this question, the important thing, first and foremost thing is you need to read the question clearly. Most of the time the answers are wrong. Why? Because the test taker is in a hurry. I have this much text, I have to read it quickly, I have to process, I have to pick up the right choices, not choice, right? So please don't get obsessed with the text. When you do not read the question clearly, you will never be able to, you may not be able to answer the question properly. All right, so reading the question, deep reading of the question is very, very important in this question. Okay, so that's the thing. And yeah, so read the question. Strategy number one, read the question deeply. Number two, based on the demand of the question, you have to read the text. What the question is expecting. Based on that, you have to read the text. And then when you have the references, when you found out the suitable content, okay, you can verify and you can answer. This is what you have to do in this question. So let's do one sample here also. Question number 4, yeah. So guys, please read this question. Which of the following are facts specifically concerning the ethnicity of citizens of Botswana? Specifically concerning the ethnicity of citizens of Botswana. Okay, so this question is only, centered, or it is only focused towards ethnicity of citizens of Botswana, just ethnicity. Remaining all do not have any significance. Getting it? So this is our key, because there are two things that are strengthening the idea. What is it? Specifically concerning ethnicity. So ethnicity is the keyword here. All right, so you should look in the text where exactly ethnicity is. All right, so can you see ethnicity anywhere? Ethnicity anywhere? Exact word or ethnic, such kind of word. You can see ethnic Tswana. What is about half the country today is ethnic Tswana. All right. Yes, you can also do parallelly. Yeah. So I am focused towards this word because in the question, the specific concerned piece is keyword is ethnicity. Search. All right. So I found ethnicity here. You can see, guys, this is a small paragraph or some small write-up. It's exclusively about ethnicity. Probably this is the piece I need. Probably this piece. Ethnic Tswana. Half the country is ethnic Tswana, they say. And this one, I'll try to match this text with this one. Just under 2 million people live in Botswana. This is correct, but we are not dealing with the population, therefore it's incorrect. So you can also send your answers, guys. Most Botswana speak official language. Can you see official language here? Not seen, not there. All right. The population is comprised of very few Basarwa, 3%. Yeah, this is percentage. This percentage is lesser than the other ones. Basarwa keyword matching, and population is also less. This is correct answer. I can click. Most citizens of Botswana have no religious affiliation. Religion, affiliation, such words are not found in the target text. The life expectancy of average citizen is 50.1. 50.1, can you find in the target text? No, not found. People of Swana background are also referred to as Setswana, Swana. Yeah, Swana. In the bracket, you can see Setswana. So these two are the right choices from the 6 choices that are given. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I click these 2 right choices, I get 2 marks. Listen, everybody. So you get 2 marks because +1, +1. At the same time, if I click, if I get intimidated by this one, I click this one. So my +1, +1, -1. So my net score is now 1. +2, -1. If I click one more, incorrect. So the score is leveled now, +2, -2. All right. So this is how it works, guys. Now, what if in this case you only pick up the wrong choices? Okay, so you picked up only wrong choices. When you pick up only wrong choices, PTE never gives you -2. Okay, so this question never gives you -2. It is leveled towards 0. Okay, so when your number of right choices are lesser than wrong choices, it is 0. When you click only wrong choices, it is still 0. So this is, maybe I generally tell my learners that it is considerate negative marking. Considerate, compassionate negative marking. All right, so let's go to the other question. I'll answer all the questions at the end, guys. Okay, the last question we have is, I explained you this one. Once again, this is this is the frequently asked question. Right choice 1 point, wrong choice -1. Only wrong choice if you click 0, more wrong choices, then right choices 0. Simple. I think we have more 12 minutes to conclude the session. We have one question type left, that is multiple choice single answer. So this is like previous question, but you have only, you can see the features are more or less same. By and large, the features are same, guys. You can see you have question, you have choices, and you have text also. The difference is the prompt length is not up to 300 words. This is general prompt length is about 110 words, guys. General prompt length is 110 words, and you can happily read 110 words. Just in case if you have to skim based on the questions demand, and this also gives you only reading score. That's it. So if you are picking up the right answer, you will get 1 mark. If you're picking up the wrong answer, you will get none. Remember, 1 or none. Okay, right answer gives you 1 mark, wrong answer gives you 0 in this. So same strategy, guys. Understand the demand of the question clearly. Deep reading of the question is needed. Depending on the demand of the question, is it demanding an opinion? Is it demanding a keyword? Is it demanding probably the main theme, main idea? So based on that, you got to read the text and you have to answer it. Okay, only select the confident choice, guys. Okay, so let's do this. If you see this question, it says what the main idea contained in this text deals with. So we need to find out the main idea, okay, of the text. All right, so then when I need main idea, if I read 1 or 2 statements from this, I cannot really skim now. I cannot really scan now. I cannot scan for keywords. Now in the previous question you were scanning, right, for ethnicity. So here you have to skim the entire text to identify what is the main idea of the entire passage that is given to you. So let me skim this faster. You can also do it parallelly, guys. Skimming, read the text as quickly as possible to get an overall understanding. October 12, 1999. The world's population is 6 billion, celebrating the occasion as the day of 6 billion at 2 minutes past midnight. A male baby born Bosnia was symbolically designated world 6 billion, 6 billion, 6 billion. Twice it is repeated. Different estimates of the actual population turning points exist, most notably the one by the US Census Bureau. According to the Census Bureau, the world's population reached 6 billion mark, guys, again 6 billion mark coming up. On a different date by different organization, it is estimated. Every minute there are an estimated 250 births, 103 deaths in the world, which equals to an increase of 147 people every 60 seconds. Okay, so fine. The key differences in methodology by United Nations. No, there is no methodology used by any organization. They are just estimating. So at the rate at which population grew between these 2 dates, July 19, 12 October 1999, 12 October 1999, July 19. It's not about growth between these 2 dates. These 2 are independent dates, on which the estimation happened. Okay, Okay, there's no growth between these two dates. Both are estimating world's population reaching 6 billion. The assessment of net rate of global population increase, which is currently 250 people per minute. Maybe, number wise it is correct, you can see, but this is one of the important point. This is not the main idea. This is one of the idea, not main idea. Yeah, so 250 at the end. All right. So the estimated points in time at which the world's population reached a given figure. A given figure implicitly is 6 billions. 6 billion, right? Implicitly. Estimated points in time, number one. Number two can be this. So guys, now certain choices are implicit choices. The choices are two types. If they are directly conveying the keywords of the text, they are called explicit choices. If they are not directly conveying, you don't see any 6 billion here, right? You don't see October 12, you don't see July 19 in this, but still it is conveying the right message, yes or no. This is called implicit choice, and this is the right answer. If you click any other answer, it is what? 0, 1 or none. This is how multiple choice single answer works. All right, so question, you read it deeply, don't read the question at a surface level, guys. Pick up the keywords from the question, pick up the demand of the question clearly. Do read the text based on the demand of the question. Okay, so right choice 1 point, wrong choice 0. That's it. So some top mistakes rather of reading module, which I've seen in last few years. What is it? Overspending time. Some people spend too much of time on multiple choice single answer if it is coming in the beginning. Overspending time on one question. Maybe some people have told me that they spend 5-6 minutes on one question. Ideally, it should not be the case. You cannot overspend the time. Always keep watching the right hand side space, like I'm watching now the timer for 1 hour session. All right. So the right hand side timer, which I'll show you guys, you should be keep on observing this piece. You should pay attention to this. All right. Okay. So just give me a second. This piece you should pay attention. Therefore, you can finish all the questions. Otherwise, you may end up seeing only few questions because you are late. Okay, so the first one is that. So the top mistakes. Number two, not reading questions clearly. I already talked about it, especially in multiple choice, multiple answers, single answers. Questions are not read clearly. The skimming is not done properly. All these things. So fill in the blanks. Answering fill in the blanks without skimming is a crime. So some of the people say, no, Sandeep, why should we do this skimming, scanning, all these things? Let's jump into the blank, look at the 4 choices or look at the bottom choices immediately, right, instantly answer. That's bad, I think, so impulsive answering. So guys, please answer, in a very judicious way, in a very conscious way. All right, because when you answer and click the next button, you cannot go to previous question. Now there is no point of crying over spilled milk. You cannot go back to the previous question. So impulsive answering leads to what? Regret. So I thought the option was B, but I clicked C. You cannot do anything about it because you moved on and you are in the other question now. So that's bad. And in the process, some people do not answer the question. Some people, they don't answer the question if they don't know the answers. It's okay to click. See, if I don't know a particular blank, what should be the suitable word? Instead of leaving blank, put something. Okay, there should not be, in your entire reading module, there should not be any question that is left without answering. Okay, so these are the things, I think. Yeah, so I'm a little excited to get more and more questions. Sorry, Q&A now.
Great. Yeah, great, Sandeep. One doubt most of them asked is, each test taker has to, spend how much time on each question type to avoid the running out of time by the end of the test.
Excellent question. This is excellent question. So guys, now 2 things. Decide your time. Okay, I told you in the beginning itself, you are the manager of the time or you are the damager of the time. Okay, so let's divide the questions into 2 categories, guys. Now so I'll write it here if you don't mind. So some questions give you more score, right? More score. So you can invest more time on those questions. Some questions give you what? Lesser score. You can invest lesser time on that. So I recommend, what I recommend my test takers is around, I'll go back to the slide where all the questions are mentioned. Okay, this one, this piece. So I always ask my test takers to spend more time on these questions, because you can see the quantity is more, the integrations are there. Yeah, reading and writing integration is there. Therefore, it is always wise to spend more time. So I'll give you some. There is no universal, rule for that. There's no hard and fast rule. This much time you have to spend. It is all based on the the questions score contribution and based on the difficulty level. Okay, so you can follow this strategy, guys. More score, more time. So I don't mind my test takers spending 3 minutes time on multiple choice, fill in the blanks, reading and writing each question. I don't mind my test takers spending 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes time on fill in the blanks reading. I don't mind somebody spending 2.5 minutes time on reorder paragraphs. So, but I do mind if somebody is spending more time on multiple choice, multiple answer, and multiple choice single answers. All right, so because they are less in numbers and they are not integrated, they don't give you too much of contribution to your reading or reading score. So this is the thing. I hope it's clear. If it's clear, please type CLR, guys, in the message box.
Yeah. Next question, Sandeep. Can we leave multiple choice answers due to negative marking?
See, guys, I told you already, if you are, so I'll go back to that slide once again. I think it would help. Okay, let me go there and show you. So this will give you more clarity. Okay, so multiple choice, multiple answer. Yes, it is. This is the one. So please, just give me a second. I'll wipe this out. Okay. So guys, now when multiple choice, multiple answer, no need to leave any question. Right choice, every right choice you're getting 1 mark. Wrong choice you're getting -1. If you're only picking up wrong choices, you're getting anyway 0. Okay. If you click 1 right choice and 2 wrong choices, you're still getting 0. There's no loss. Right. Let's not leave any question, guys. I don't recommend you to do that. Chiranjeevi, can you please give me next question?
Yeah, the next question is, as most of the tutor says that we can use leftover time to go back and rectify the previous answers.
That's crap. Okay, so that's rubbish. You cannot do that. So if you are on the last question of your PT reading module and you have 15 minutes time, I'll go back to previous question. I will verify the answer. So you are not taking paper-based test to just flip the papers and go check, come back and do some amendments in that. You cannot do that. I told you in the beginning itself, this slide was emphasizing about you cannot emphasizing about no going back. I told you in the beginning. Okay, I think that's a good question asked, but I just next is like forever it is submitted. That's it. You cannot see that question again. That's done. I think Chiranjeevi, next one.
Yeah. Is there any negative marking in the reading section?
Yes,
which you have already answered.
Yeah, which one I answered? It is only there for multiple choice, multiple answers. Let's not get negative about any other question type. Okay, so this multiple choice, multiple answer negative marking is also very considerate, compassionate negative marking. Let's not worry about it. Yes, Chiranjeevi, next one.
Yeah, one last question. Does learning complex English words help in reading module?
So guys, I recommend you do this one. So I'll just show you now. Since, just give me a second. Just go to Google. Locations list. You just Google it, okay? PTE Pearson PT.com. This is official website of Pearson Test of English. You just go there. Okay. If not learning complex words, reading what you're decoding is words only, right? So it's always going to help you. But since it's about vocabulary, you can download the collocation list, guys. You can see academic collocation list. It's a PDF. It's available. So I think I can put it in the message box. Please do download and try to cover this up. So I think it will be shared with you later. All right. So complex vocabulary is going to help you in writing because essay needs complex vocabulary, but reading, it's about this. The more vocabulary you have, the more better it is because it's going to make you more and more comfortable. Yeah, I recommend any day. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's it, Sandeep. Thank you everyone.
Wonderful questions
to stay connected. Yes,
sorry.
Sandeep, indeed. So we try to respond all the participant questions. If some of them are still not answered, we will answer them via email. Okay, and we'll be covering them. And you can also go to our social channels on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, okay, at Pearson space IN to stay updated. And after the session, you will get a quick survey. Would request all of you to fill the same so we can improve ourselves in the upcoming sessions. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Just give me 1 second. I'll have so thanks everybody for joining the session, and I think you have been a wonderful learners, very proactive. I think there was no poll done, Chiranjeevi, so far.
Yes, there was no poll done. So you want to go for a quick poll?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, Chiranjeevi, let's also just want to tell the audience that we have another webinar tomorrow, right? So I have shared the link in the chat box. So if you have not registered for that webinar, please do that. So Sanjeev, if you want, you can do a last one, and then we can close the webinar. Let's continue.
Okay, so you're going to, I'm sorry, you are playing the poll now or not?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so fine. So please answer the poll, guys. It's coming. This is the official website.
So guys, the poll is started. So can answer the question. So great, more than 80% have answered the second option, that is 32 to 41 minutes.
32. Will you please help me with the options once the poll is done? Yes. Yeah, next one, please.
Okay. Yeah, the next poll is identify the one and only integrated task in the reading module. Yeah, I think the majority answer is the third option, fill in the blanks, reading and writing. Sandeep?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
the most of them have answered the third option.
Okay, integrated one is reading and writing, fill in the blanks. Wonderful. Can I also see the poll? I cannot see.
The third poll question. Third poll question is how many number of reading and writing fill in the blanks tasks are given in the exam?
Reading and writing fill in the blanks, number of questions, guys. Reading and writing, the integrated one. So options will be 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 4 to 5, something like that.
Yeah, I think
5 to 6 is the right answer. 5 to 6 is the right answer.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
58% have answered 5 to 6.
Okay, guys,
so,
please.
Great, guys.
5 to 6.
Thank you for.
Yes, Chiranjeev, please go on.
Yeah, I think we have almost crossed 7 minutes, Sandeep. Thank you everyone for this session. Please register for tomorrow's session, and we will be sending all the links via email address.
Okay, so thanks so much, guys, for joining the session. It was little, I couldn't cover all the aspects because of the time constraint. All right, so I couldn't be elaborative on certain points. All the best for your exam. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chiranjeevi, for all the coordination. Thank you, Team Pearson, for all the coordination.
Thank you, Sandeep.